Good day. My name is Samora Makama from Babane, Swaziland. As a man, I was raised in a patriarchal society myself, like other men, which is why I believe that violence is a learned behavior and it can also be unlearned. And I also believe, strongly believe that men can choose not to be violent against other men, against women, against children. Why do I say men? I am saying men because men account for a majority of violence cases that we hear on the media, we hear in other forms of mediums where we get information. So, and there's this very disappointing part of the issue when it comes to the issue of violence to note that now most cases of violence happen in homes, a place where it's supposed to be a safe haven for women, safe haven for children. So here is my appeal to men is that we are stewards. We don't own women. They are not properties. They are not our property. So every kind of mentality that makes you feel entitled to a woman or any young lady that you are in a relationship with, please, my brother, I will beg you today, you need help. It is a sign there is a problem with you, so you need help as soon as possible. The moment you feel entitled, the moment you feel that you want to control that person is a human being, and that is God's creation, so you cannot control anyone. So the moment you feel that, it's a sign that you need urgent help. So I will urge you. I want I want you to know that everyone has got problems. We all have relational problems. But the best way to sort out relational problems, it is through communication, and you don't communicate through violence. And violence cannot be a good form of communication, whether against yourself or against another human being. The majority of cases of violence that we've heard, we read about in the media, are mostly, cases of men, using violent means to communicate to their partners. So I will urge our brothers, it is our responsibility to get help. I just want to speak to also other men. Wherever we meet, let us make sure that we try to rebuke any form of demeaning remarks that we hear from our fellow men, whether in pubs, whether in stadiums, football stadiums. There are many remarks that can also perpetuate violence. For example, for remarks like when a young boy is kicking a ball, you're kicking like a woman. When a man is talking, he's trying to raise his issues. We're saying you don't talk like that. When you talk like that, you are a woman. Women talk too much. No, it's everyone has got a right. Women cry. Why are you crying? Are you a woman? No. We all have tears. We all have got mouths. I believe God has blessed us with mouths that we talk, we raise issues, any concerns, things that we are not happy about. So we are human beings like women as well. So I believe it's about time that we allow men to be themselves. I want us to deal with this issue of us as men. Men don't do this. Men don't do that. Men don't cry. Men don't talk. Men are strong. Men are what? Let us please allow men to behave as individual men. If I feel like crying as a man, allow me to cry, allow me to be myself. If I don't feel strong, because there is a time where I don't feel strong as a man like any other human being, so allow me not to feel strong and to voice that out if I feel like it, because those are the things that at the end of the day, stereotyping men, putting them in one box, perpetuate these cases of violence at the end of the day. So I believe we can do better, especially especially, let us go back to saying, if we have been raised in such a violent society, and the violent mentalities that we have as men, what about our upcoming men, the young boys? How do we want to raise our boys now? Because they are men of tomorrow. And what is the definition of men in our time? What are we saying to them? What is a man? And the issue of empowerment, organizations, partners that deal with the issue of empowering women and girls, it is high time we don't leave out the boy child, because when you are saying no is a full sentence to a young girl, teach the boy the same, because he is coming from a violent society where men are taught from a young age that they are entitled to women. They are socialized. Socialization, it is one thing, especially it's very tricky. Patriarchy is a very cunning kind of system. So it is not easy to deal with it. So it is very important that we deal with it from a root cause. We can do better, and also engage the older men, because that is where these young boys learn this behavior. So I believe we can do better. We can fight gender-based violence together. Me and you can do it. Silence will not help. If you are silent, if you decide to be silent, you are not better than the perpetrator yourself. In fact, you are worse than the perpetrator. Even if you don't use any form of violence against anyone, but if you are silent about these issues, it is your responsibility. We've been entrusted to guide and to protect. So it is our time now. It is our chance to raise our voices against these issues. Will you, if you look at yourself today, here's the question I want to leave you with today. If you look at yourself, would you be proud to be your son-in-law? Or if you look at yourself today, do you think you will be the kind of man that your daughter would marry? So be a responsible man. Stand up today. Fight against violence. Stand up today. Wherever you are, you can raise your voice. We can win this battle against violence. We need to live in a peaceful society. And a peaceful society begins with living in peaceful homes, because society begins at home, where there are safe families, safe communities, and then now the whole society at large. Now the whole nation now will be able to live in peace. But that begins with me and you. It cannot be a miracle. It begins with me and you taking action against these issues. Man can stand up against violence.